Hello. I wasn't sure about doing this video because it's like a work in progress and everything. So this thing is not like production ready, but maybe you want to test it, maybe you want to develop around it because it's really friendly to develop. So I want to show you like what I've been working on the past few years. It's like my fun project, like nothing fancy. Not planning on selling it. It's like free. If you use it, just donate and that's it. Uh, but this is like Mutant Tools. It's like a modular rigging system. It's based on blocks. So we have like every unit is like a block. This is really inspired in Paul McGregor system. He teach me a lot of this, so I really need to say thank you to him because he's like a huge inspiration for this project. So this is like the tool is really like I don't know, I'm not really sure how to explain it, but let's go like step by step. You can find a little bit more information in the page mutanttools.com. It's like modular system. The plan is to like add everything to it, but it's going to take time. We're currently working on the facial. The biped is currently in beta testing, so friends have been helping me. If you want to help, we are super open to do it. And that's it. Just put your stuff. There's a Discord. There is a like a ticketing system. In case you have problems, you let me know. I have a lot of tickets, so it's like really community based. So this is how it works. You have like this kind of blocks. For example, if you want to create a spine, a clavicle, pelvis, limbs, head, whatever you want. You also have like some props, something for games, some for data if you want to load the skin, if you want to load the controllers, the base, some code in case you want to run a custom code. You can do it in here, Mail or Python. In case you want to rename some stuff, and you can just rename it like this. And this one I have no idea. This one is for duplicating plane shapes and connecting. Okay, so let's test it with some like let's create a spine. Let's go like for basics to more complex stuff. If we do a spine, we have several parts of the build. First of all, we have all the configurations. These are containers, so you can turn them off or on if you want. For now, they are turned on. If a lot of users start like messing this up, I will by default uh, create them in black box because I don't want people to start messing around because you can move it. You cannot move it. It is in black box. So probably not going to black box them. Okay. The parent is where is going to be parented the system. Whatever you build. If it says to new locator, all the system is going to be parented to this locator. Okay. Depending if it has IKFK, only like the upper connection system will be parented. Everything will be parented to the base. In this case, the locator is not in the base, so if we just put the locator, it's working. But for example, if we do like a limb, the limb will parent to new locator, but as expected. So only like the clavicle will move this one, and the base will be the one moving everything. I mean, if we have the locator selected, it will be moving everything, okay? Ideally, you don't need to mess with this. I already provide like a preset, so you just use the preset and that's it, but this is how it works. You can choose to mirror true or false. Let's see, let's reload the UI. Oh, it's hiding. So, for example, in the shoulder, if you don't want to mirror them, you can only have the left. Maybe you can only want the right, so you can just go into here and flip it to the right. So it will only create the right one. Obviously, the most ideal will be true, but in case you need to have asymmetrical assets, you can have them. The controller size, self-explanatory, amount of twist joints in every part of the limb. The type of controllers, in this case cube, every type of controller that you want. I selected the ones that I use, but if you want to add more, I can show you how to add more. And set parent game in case you need an only hierarchy. Let's see, for example, in this one, we're going to connect the limb to the end of the spine. So we go into here, and at the end is like possible parents. Where to parent it? Probably in the spine end. So in here, I will be putting the parent in here, and the game parent is going to be end plus the naming convention. In this case, will be bind because we want to bind them to the bind joints. So if we build this one, we will be having the spine moving everything, and also the the shoulders, right? So this is how it works. I think it's super basic stuff, like if you're used to M-Gear or any kind of modular system, this is how everything works. So that's mostly it about this one. Uh, if you go into here, it's separated by groups because it's easier to see. You cannot create a group inside a group. For example, if you do like this, it's fine, but if you want more groups inside here, the UI won't recognize it. See, this body and it's reading like the group as a block, but we don't want that. We can only support like one group inside another group, so don't do groups in here. And for example, I have like a character in here. Let's see. Oh fuck, not this one. This one. Okay, this one is old. So poop. So if we build, we can just have everything. Everything in here is set up for you. Maybe the only thing that you need to set is the name of a character, because maybe we don't want this as the name. So just select the name, the controller sizes. You can just like select the ones. You can go one by one, or just have them like little and increase the size like by series. And you can go into here and save and load the controllers. In this case, I already have them saved. Sorry, so I'm just going to load them, and the skinning also. I think I have them saved. Load the skin. It's not working. I need to do that as a ticket. Let's see. Okay, there is nothing in bind geo group. That's why. So I just need to put the bind geo, in this case, all this stuff into the bind geo group. So parented, I'm going to delete this one and load the skin again. Skin, select folder, and that's it. It should be working. Let's test it. It's not working. Cool. Maybe I need to select something. I don't think I need to select any. It's the naming. Maybe it's the naming. I need to. I, I haven't saved them like the update, so I just need to save it. Any case, the skinning is working. I'm installing every like all the API from NG Skin Tools. So if you don't have NG Skin Tools, you will need to get it in order to work, because I wasn't going to code anything. I have so much to code that I wasn't going to code anything for skinning. So I just installed that one. And um, let's say that you're having issues like me with the skinning. So you can go into Discord and you can report a bug. So you go report bug. This will, if you do it like in Maya, it's going to be anonymous. Nobody will know who is sending the ticket. So I just go like skinning won't import correctly. Other thing is that I know it will be a little polite to say hi, hello, good morning, but the tickets works like this. For example, everything that you said is going to be received like this. Our Discord means it's a request, and the name and the text. So if you put like hi, blah 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 blah, blah, it's going to be in the title. So please just say whatever you want to say. I know it's a little bit unpolite, but I don't really care. So I send the ticket. I'm guessing Maya will tell me message sent, and if I go to Discord, I have Mutant Tools in here and book received. Okay, another way of doing the books is just in any channel you can just type like exclamation point bug. Uh, let's say uh, check controllers just in case. I can send it and I will be receive it. And as you can see in the ticketing system that I have, is going to be received in here. So just so you know, if everybody start doing tickets, it's going to be a little messy. So check Discord first before sending, so we don't get duplicates. Okay. I know this is like a little ambitious of me doing like this kind of thing. Maybe a little chaotic, but we can try it. We can try it. Okay. But this is like the project, and the other part of the project is the availability. I don't know how to say this, of developing over it. Okay, because part of the plan is for example, if you are working in a studio, you have your own studio rules that my rig is not going to be like working with. So maybe you want to add something, edit something. There's a lot of way of doing it. The easier way, if in case you are like a little not familiar with Python and want to still create over it, is using the block codes. Maybe you want to code it in Mel. I don't know why you will do that, but maybe you want to do it. So you have the option of doing it in here. Like you can do polycube and it will create a polycube. See? maybe you want to do it in Python like a normal person. So cmds Python, oh fuck, polycube, build, and it's doing a polycube. You can do as many as this as you want, uh, and you can select the name in case that you want to be like organized. You can do whatever you want, your own auto rig by doing this. But if you want to do it like in here, well, you can go into save guide and save the guide, and you will load the guide, and that's it, right? Let's see that you want to do it a little bit more fancy, and you want to add the stuff into here. What you will be able to do is go into developers, and I have the block builder in here. I also have the empty commands and create block helps. Let's go to the helping. Uh, all the help information will be open in a Qt, so you don't need to go outside Maya, and you can have like both screens in case you only have one monitor. But you can also open link, and the link will be opened. And this is like the explanation that I made how to create like blocks. Really simple actually. And also the empty commands. I'm giving you like all the commands that I did in order to create my autorig. This is version 1. Of course, it's not going to be perfect, but I needed the version 1 in order to move forward. So probably in the future we will be having like empty commands version 2. But for now, this is what I have. It's not fully documented, so you will need to go into PyCharm. And in PyCharm, you can go into utilities, rigging utilities, and you have the tools, the kinematics, the main mutant, and modules. Okay, it's just a class inheriting from one to another until we are in main mutant. So main mutant is the one that we use to call. And you can have a little help in here, but you know the easier way will be just to search whatever you need. Let's see FK chain. We don't have any FK chain, but because we have them in kinematics, so FK, we have FK chain here, okay? And just a little explanation of what it's doing, how it's working. And in case you don't know how to work with this one, just Ctrl Shift F and you can search where I'm using it for examples. You can also go into the UI, and if you create, for example, like a limb, you can see the code in here. So this is all the code that I'm using in case you want to reference it without opening anything else. And we also have some pre-code and some post-code in here. And this one refreshes the UI, and this one see the log for the previous build. If there's an error, the log will pop up automatically. Okay. So this pre-build stuff is just like, for example, I want to create a cube. Uh, before running this stuff, I just close it. If I refresh it, it's going to be green because now it has a pre-code. All this information is saved in here in this configuration node, so it's nothing fancy, it's everything just in here, and the UI is reading from them. So wherever I change something in here, it's going to be changed in here, as you can see, right? So that's it. That's like the project. Oh, creating a block. Sorry, I forgot that part. Block builder. This can be a little. This is like for creating presets. So let's say I wanted to create a space switcher thing. So I will be doing like don't know how to call it. This is important. Like ideally, you know the information that you want on this part. This part can be changed easily. Don't worry about this one. But this part on top is not perfect, so better to have them already in mind. The description is easy, the icon is simple, but the name and the tabs are not that easy. So just try to do it right, okay? So let's call it uh, like maybe like global local, something like that. I'm not sure. Like I will delete it later. And in here is what is creating the UI. For example, if you go into here, you can see if it had the word set in the name, it's going to be adding this icon. If it doesn't have set, it's only going to be a line. This icon, what it's doing is grabbing like the selection and putting it in there. Nothing fancy, but this is what it's doing. Okay, Papa, Control C, there we go. And then you have, this is the name of the attribute, right? Then we have a space, only one space per name. You cannot add double or triple spaces. And then a string. If it's a string, it's going to be adding this one, okay? Then enum is going to be adding like this stuff. Boolean is going to be adding a check mark, like a check. And the help string is going to be a string like this one, but a little bigger. So this one needs to be called help string. If you name it code string, it's also going to be like a part of the code ones. And these like enum ones are these ones with like you need to separate it with 2 points, and that's it. And then if it's left and right, it's going to be giving you a little code for left and right. In this case, it's going to be simple block. So I create it, and block created successfully. So let me just go into here. Let's open this one. I never assigned an icon or anything, so let me just create this one. And I can go into here and open it in my folder, and here I have it. It's giving me two things: the code per se that is running, and the JSON file. The JSON file is the one that have all the information that is created in the attributes. For example, the name, the description, the icon, what is loading, what is building, and that's it. Okay. It's a little complicated maybe to understand this. Maybe you are not seeing the video this far, but if you have any questions, just let me know. I will be happy to answer you. And this one is going to be the executable file that is going to be separated in two parts. This is a little messy, but I just too lazy to change it. It's working, so if it's working, I don't want to break it. So this one is the one that is executed where when you click the upper button and it's creating you the block, okay? Create block. And this one is executed whenever you create the build button, this build button. What the build button is doing is just selecting this one, executing this one, selecting this one, executing this one. It's not doing anything fancy. So the first step that we need to do is telling him that the block is the selection. So we can retrieve the guide and have a lot of stuff in here. And that's it. This is how you develop with Mutant Tools. It's a little bit like my personal project for now. If you have any questions, you let me know. There's a contact window, so you can send like messages and stuff. You can join Discord, you can message me directly, and that's it. Hope you enjoyed the video. Sorry for the long video, but it's a little the first video of the series of Mutant Tools. So thanks for watching it, and bye.